Hello everyone and welcome to our Christmas craft along. I'm so excited to be back here today, and we are going to give everyone a few minutes to come on so that we can all start together. Sorry, I still got tickle in my throat, not good. If you come on, don't forget to say hello, where you're from. I hope those girls that got their kits posted out to them. Hi Kaz, how are you? I bet you're as tired as me. For those girls that got their kits, we're going to start with kit number 6. So go and grab kit number 6. You will need your paper trimmer. You will need your stamp set, Christmas greenery, and your die to go with it. And then you will need a word to mix and match. Very tired, yeah, I am too. So my mix and match one I've brought in today. You can use whichever one you've got in your home. I'm using to your home, to you and yours, which is in the greetings of the seasons. To you and yours. So you'll want something around that size. Or Happy Christmas, friends, yeah, whatever is good for you. So I'll let you go and grab your paper trimmer and your stamps. If you had already gone through the instruction sheet, you would have seen virtually what we're using except for the mix and match one today. So Greeting with the Season is my mix and match. Hi Tanya, good to see you on. Just giving everyone a couple of minutes to come on. And hello Caroline Matthews and Barb. We're doing number 6 to start off with. So go and grab your card number 6. Grab your paper trimmer. And grab your Christmas greeting stamp set. And I'm mixing and matching it today with Greetings of the Seasons for a word. But you can use whatever you have in your stash. Hi Lillian, good to see you on. Okay. Time gets away from us, so I'm going to come down to the workbench and we'll go through what we're going to do. Let's get started. Let me just fix this up a little bit. Okay, so grab your package out. Ooh, look what I found in my package. Did anyone find a surprise? This is another lucky door gift. This is to hang on your Christmas trees. How cute are these? These are so cute, honestly. Anyone that got their post out would have received one, I think, today. How cute is this? Don't forget later on to take a selfie with your gorgeous little, whatever you got in your package. Okay, let's go through this. So you're going to have 2 pieces of old olive, and they're going to be 28 centimeters by 11. So you're going to have 2 of them, and they would have been scored down the middle. Okay, so what you're going to do then is you're going to place them on top of one another like this, just so I can share with you what you're going to do. You're going to cut diagonally from I'm just letting everyone catch up. Okay, sorry guys. I think everyone's with us. So you're going to cut from the right down to here and the left to here. And then when it comes across, it will crisscross. Okay, so let's do that. You're going to do that on your 2 pieces. So I've got my paper trimmer. And we're going to go from the top right down to the fold, or down to your score line. Okay, so you're going to place your top right and your score line down here. Then you're going to trim that piece off. Okay. And then on this one, you're going to do the same. You're going to do from the top right down to the score line. So you're going to come in, top right, score line down here on your paper trimmer. So you've got that little wedge in your paper trimmer, so you've got to line it up into that little wedge. And then we're going to cut that one off. So now you should have 2 pieces that are like this. Okay, so you're going to have 2 pieces that are like this. They're going to do crisscross across the front. But before we do the crisscross across the front and stick all that, you're going to grab your Designer Series paper, which is 14.3 or 14.5, I should say, by 10. And you're going to cut that from one corner to the next. Okay. When you're doing this, always start in the center, so you're not dragging your blade up on a fine point. If you drag your blade up on a fine point, sometimes it can just tear your paper. So we're going to cut that. Then you're going to choose which way you want these to go into here. Okay, so we can do it this way, or you can do it the other way. So if you want to do it the other way, bring it the crisscross across the other way. Okay, it's not a problem. So our first step is to glue this one into here. So we're going to glue our 2 bases together. Yell out if I'm going too fast. So we're going to go right up. Make sure you go to the edge, but not with thick glue, because you don't want it to pop out when you press it down. You don't want to make it tacky. So we're going to line this up into the fold line. Make sure that that can fold perfectly. And then this one will cross over. Once you've done that, make sure you grab your bone folder and just give it a nice little manish down. Okay. Then we're going to grab our Designer Series paper, and I'm going to open that up so you can sort of see it. and we're going to put that into the triangle. You'll have a little border all the way around, okay? So make sure that you have that little border all the way around. The thing I like about the liquid glue is you can move it around a little bit as you need it. So you can sort of see that that one's going to go like that, and then that one's going to come across like this. So we're going to open this one now, and we're going to glue this one down. It's beautiful paper, this. I just absolutely love this paper. And it's lovely on both sides, to be honest. I love the gold, but I also love the correspondence side. Okay, so you can sort of see that this is going to go like this. But before we do that, we've got a white piece that's going to go into the centre here. Just going to make sure I've got the right white piece, the same as you'll have to make sure you've got the right white piece. So this is roughly about 13.5 centimetres by about 5.3 centimetres. It will go into the centre here. Excuse me. Now you can run this through a die cutting machine. If you're making a lot of them and you want to do them a little bit different, you can run this background into a in an embossing folder if you wanted to. Okay, so that's going to be like that. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you've also should have a little piece of card that's got a score line in it, or if you haven't got a score line in it, you can score it. And it's roughly about 13 by 11.5, and this is your little card. Did you all get that piece? I hope so. Okay, so on this one, we're going to stamp out our flower. Oh, I was looking for my blings. Look where I put them. I put them in here. Okay. So we're going to stick our flower on there. We're going to use our Memento white. Now, Memento black, I should say. For those who don't know this little trick, our empty Stampin' Up! White containers you can use to refill with your Memento black, and it gives it a little bit different feel to the Memento that's in a little container that's sort of like this, because mine's really saggy in the middle now. I've used it for a long time, probably needed a new one, but I freshened it up this way. So add your, I'm just going to bring that so it steps. Bring your image onto the front of your card, like this. And then you're also going to stamp out a second one, which I've done, all ready to go. Because you're going to need one to put on here as well. Okay, which you're going to die cut this one or fussy cut it out, and you're not going to this one. But when you're actually loading up your ink, it is so much easier if you've got two images the same to probably colour them at the same time. Okay, so we're going to start off with our Balmy Blue, Pool Party, whichever colour you want to come in with. because we're painting with the Wink of Stella pen, we want to grab a little block or a little bit of paper, a little block or a, you know, the paper you get inside your stamps here. These, I haven't got my hard one in there. I wonder if I've got one in here. No. The little hard bits you can take out and you can use them as a palette as well. So grab your Wink of Stella pen, and I'm going to colour my flowers in a bluey colour, but you can do whatever colour you want. You might want to do red, you might want to do yellow, whatever colour you want to do. And you're going to paint it with the Wink of Stella pen, so that way it's going to be glittery and shiny when you're finished. So let's go ahead and colour our flowers. Now, if you don't have a Wink of Stella pen, don't worry. You can just colour it with your water painter or your blends, okay? Or your pencils, whatever you have in your stash at home, okay? This is not meant to be a class to go, oh, I haven't got that. It's to help you use what you have got at home. Okay, so that's the main thing. So just colour it into with whatever you've got in your thing. You might use your blender pens. If you've got blender pens, you might be using them. If you've got Stampin' Right markers, you might be using them. It's just entirely up to you what you want to use on your card. I'm just having a sip of my drink. Okay, so no right or wrong way of colouring. Just depends how much glitter you want, how much colour you want. Just colour them in your colour. Okay, just remember at the end of the day, it's your card and what you're going to send to someone. With the Wink of Stella, when it just dries out a little bit, just give it a bit of a shake. And it's got a little word that says push. So you just push there and just stir that through a little bit. You don't want to do too much because you don't want it to get runny, but you do want to have it so it moves through the pen. Okay, so you can have lighter petals, darker petals. It's entirely up to you. We have got our January class coming up. I've put the event on, Kit Bar class. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be masking, colouring, lots of different techniques happening throughout that class. It will run every Sunday during January, starting on the 4th of January. Just remember, it is a bonus class, so it will be $45 if you pick it up from my place or have someone pick it up for you, or $15 for postage with the $45 to have it sent to your house. And also it's valued at $70. Okay, talking and colouring, sometimes you stop, don't you? We had the most amazing 3 days at Craft Alive. Thank you to Kaz and Tan for coming and lending a hand. You girls are really awesome, I tell you. Don't know what I'd do without you girls at the moment. Bit funny, not really. Poor old Kaz's car had a flat battery. Not that we knew it was a flat battery at the time. So we had to get a lift home the first night with Brett from organises the show. And then the second night, Paul came out and picked us up and dropped us off. And then the third day, I actually drove out there, as many of you have seen on Facebook, which I haven't driven for quite some time. So it was like a little bit of a novelty. And I love the photo Kaz took. Paul had the seat back so far in the car, I felt like I was sleeping because I couldn't work out how to get it back up. Okay, once you've got your flowers done, don't forget to always have a little piece of scrap, and you can wipe your brush backwards and forwards. That will clean the blue off, ready for you to go with your next colour. So our next colour is, you can go real red, you can go cherry cobbler, whatever you want. So you can sort of see real red. Cherry cobbler is a bit of a darker red. So, or you can go whatever you like. You can also add some green in with the poinsettia, because sometimes they have a bit of green in with them. So once again, just load up your block or whatever you're using to grab your Wink of Stella with, and then come in and paint your flower. Depending on how dark and light you want it. And this one that I'm painting now is going to be die cutted out. Okay, so how's everyone going? Are you keeping up? Or am I going too fast? I want you to craft along with me. So if you're crafting with me, just let me know we're on target. Or if you're just watching, that's fine too, because some people prefer to just watch and then come back later and rewind it and pause it. Rewind and pause, rewind and pause. I'm going to hold that up so you can sort of see I've got a bit lighter and a bit darker in areas, and that's fine. Okay, so I'm also going to do this one. The red is absolutely beautiful, and you can do them all dark if you want to, dark petals. Like I said, it's your choice. So if you go online, you will see that under my event page, you will see that I've put January's up, and it is limited again. So make sure if it's something that you'd like to join in on, we'll be doing one each month and you'll be learning lots. But just having your supplies cut up for you, having a little bit of instructions, plus if you work, it just saves a little bit of time for you as well. And I'm happy to do that. Okay, nearly done our flowers. You can always come back and bring a bit more colour in if you need to. That's entirely up to you too, whether you want it a little bit darker. Okay, so we have our red poinsettias done now. So once again, just keep wiping your Wink of Stella on your scrap until you've got no red. Okay, so I'll put that one over there, and then I've got another one for green. Now the green, you can be any colour green that you like. I like to match mine up sometimes with the paper, but sometimes I like the old olive other than a light, but it still goes well with the light colour, but I'm sure this is the old olive anyhow. So we're just going to load up our brush. You can always try it too on a piece of scrap paper if you're just not too sure. And we're just going to come in and do these little bits. You can even do them in a brown or a yellow if you want to. That's it. Your choice. Now you would have all got a little gift in this one. And if you were giving this to someone, you could actually put the little gift inside this card and put it in your beautiful envelope that we just made. And it's a beautiful little Christmas one, and you can always put a little voucher in there as well. But they feel like they're getting a little something with their voucher. Or you can put scratchies in it as well, if you've got scratchies that you're giving someone, or a lotto ticket, or even cash. If you've got grandchildren that you give cash to, you could add the cash inside the card as well. You can always put a pocket into the card if you wanted to, and add that. It's coming a little bit darker with that one. Okay, so you can sort of see this is my card. Absolutely quite cute. So we'll leave that there for a minute while I finish this one. Okay. Who's done their Christmas shopping? Tell me in the comments. Have you done your Christmas shopping? I've only got 2 gifts left to get. Now next week, there will not be our Sunday event, but it will be the following one to finish off. I have my great-granddaughter's birthday. So we will be doing the last one the week after. And then we'll be having a break through December a little bit, and coming back with everything happening again in January. I will be still putting posts up during December, maybe some this and that, some things that you can still join in. I might even have a challenge going, who knows? I haven't thought about it yet. So keep an eye on my Facebook page, because you never know what Teresa's up to. Okay, how's everyone going with their colouring? Have they getting it done? Okay, just about finished this one. Now, with the words, just wipe it backwards and forwards. With the words, you can use any word that you want, okay, and any die that you want. But I went with the dies from our traditional label dies, which comes with this bundle that we're using. So I decided to go with a green and a white. Now, I've got a feeling, did I punch them out for you guys or not? I'm not sure, because I wasn't sure whether you might not have a stamp set to go with it. That's why I didn't do it. But with the bit that you cut off on your green, you can use this as your bit that you can cut your green out of for your die. And then I'm going to bring this one over the top in the white. So I'm quite sure you've all got a little bit of spare white that you can cut this out on as well up here. So this one's going to you and yours is what I'm having. And I got that one out of my mix and match. So what do I mean by mix and match? It means that I didn't really go with any of the words that were in the set, but I've mixed it in with one that I've got in my stash. So I'm quite sure you've all got a lot in your stash, a lot of Christmas words and that. So this is the Greetings of Seasons, and I'm using the to you and yours. It's got happy, merry Christmas. It's got lots of different words in this one, love and joy. So there's a lot that you can use out of that one as well. And I'm getting warm, so I'm going to take my cardigan off. And I'm going to come up with the Big Shot. Oof, it's getting warm in here. Okay, so up with the Big Shot, and let's do some cutting before we put all this together. But you've got lots of little scraps that you can use for your die cutting, and particularly if you're using a completely different die. And I think that was the reason why I just didn't do that. I thought, well, everyone's going to do something probably very different for their words. I'm just going to come out here. So we need our base plate. And we need plate number 2. And would you believe I started some new plates yesterday? Oh, look. It's got 2 cuts on it. Nice new ones. You can actually see through them. Not normally. And then I've got my other one. So let's come up here with this. I'm going to put this around here. And then I'm going to get the die also from the Christmas greenery to cut around the flower. Now, if you're using a different flower or something that you've got in your home because you didn't get the kit, that's fine. Just grab a die, or you might have to fussy cut it. That's okay too. Okay, whichever way is easiest for you with what you're using. Okay, so now we put, look at that. You can see through it. I can't remember the last time I saw through my plates because my plates I've used for such a long time. I was very excited yesterday. Cass wasn't very excited about using it for the first time. She didn't want to put a mark on it, but that's okay. We sometimes have to. Okay. Whoop. I hope that didn't go in the bin. My little die just fell down. Oh no, I'll just grab it. And the reason I'm grabbing it is because if I don't, I'll forget about it and then it might go out in the bin. Not a good idea. And then just one of your greens that you cut off with the bit bigger one to give it a little bit of a backing. Or you can cut something in just squares, or you can use punches. Whatever you've got in your stash at home, it's quite all right to use, okay? They feel a little bit magnetic on the new plates. They suck in there. Okay. Oh, this one's a lovely one. It's got a nice little edge on this one. I'm just going to put these up here for a minute and then I'll pop them away. Okay, so we're going to stick our word in, and you can use dimensions under that to put on there. So grab some dimensions. Just put 2 or 3 across this, whichever's suits. Got a bit of glue stuck on my finger. Take the backs off and then put your word on. on, Teresa. Come a bit closer. Line it up. Okay, that's better. Still crooked. I must have crooked eyes. They're tired eyes today. I know that much. I don't know about crooked, but they are tired. That's better. Just pick it up and do it, Teresa. Okay, now with this, let me explain what we're going to do with this. With this, we're going to put a little bit of tear tape on this. So I'm going to measure this out, give it a bit of a tear, and then come in and add the tear tape right along the edge there. So that's our first one. We're going to then just close that over. Then we're going to do a little bit of tear tape on this one. I find the tear tape is really good for this type of thing because it's not messy, but you can use whatever you have. Okay, I want it right on the edge, and that's why I'm choosing tear tape, because the I'm just going to tear a little bit more off there. The liquid glue sometimes comes out, and I don't like it coming out to the edge because I don't want it sticky. So to seal it, tear tape. Then we're going to place our word. So I'm going to use some dimensions on here, probably 5. I'm going to go 2 there because I want it to sit nice. 2 there, and then 1 in the center, just so it sits nice on the envelope. Who's made the crisscross ones before? Some of you might have already done these ones, I'm not sure, but it's one of my favorites. I love it. And then we're going to bring this in on here. Now you can sort of see that you can put dimensions anywhere here, but you only want to put dimensions on where it lines up on here, wherever you're going to line it up. Going to have some hanging over the edge. Don't put any dimensions there, okay? So turn it over and you know you're going to put it dimensions down the bottom, which is fine. And I always say, make sure then that you put it back to where you want it before you pull the backs off. And just sort of put your finger in there because you want to make sure that it's going exactly where you want it to go. You don't want any on this side because it's going to overhang. And you want to be able to put your card in there and your little gifts in there as well. So this is just going to come in here. And then our little card, if you want to add your little gift, you can just put some dimensions on the back of him and write in here to and from. A couple of dimensions on the back if you want to give this away. If you want to keep it for your own Christmas tree, you can do that too. It's your little gift. But this goes in here. Then it closes over like this, and then it slides into our envelope. Okay, let me come up. And that's our little card. What do you all think of that? Tell me in the comments. Do you love this? Have you made one before? This is called a crisscross fun fold card. And it's one of the patterns and designs I go to a lot if I've got to give money, gift vouchers, scratchies. It's just a really good one to do. So thumbs up if you love it, or a love heart. Do you love it? No one loves it yet. How are we all going? You're still colouring. That's okay, Tan. You can still colour. We're going to take... Thanks for the love hearts. I love them. I'd give you all a love heart too if I could, but I can't do it, which is a shame. I'll give you all... How long do you want? 10 minutes? Or do you want to come back at 2? Or do you want to come back at 10 to 2? Tell me in the comments. Do you need 10 minutes or do you need a little bit longer to finish your card? And then we'll come back and we'll start card number 7. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hi, Maureen. I'm glad you're watching. Hi, Susan. I'm glad you're watching. You're just about done? All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'll give everyone 10 minutes. I'll come back at 10 to. That will give you time to grab out your next kit. Also give you time to make a quick coffee if you want one and stretch your legs. 10 minutes is fine. Okay, I'll see you all back here in 10 minutes. Bye for now.